interestingly enough, I had pretty much been in decent shape before COVID, and then COVID came.
Yeah.
And we were all in lockdown and hibernating and going through some personal stuff. My mom passed away from COVID, and I kind of went to a dark spot. You know, wasn't really doing well in my marriage, and was just dealing with a lot of personal strife in my life, and started picking up weight over the 3 years, right? And before I knew it, I was pretty heavy, and still not really dealing with it until I saw pictures. And when I saw the pictures, I realized I had to do something. At this stage in my life, you know, at my age, I'm 59 years old, and, you know, going through a divorce, you know, just lost my last living parent suddenly. So there was a lot going on, and I thought, you know what, I've got to get help. So I looked at a couple different gyms online, and I saw Equinox, and my first thought was, young, hip crowd. I'm not going to fit in. I'm going to be self-conscious. You know, I don't look good in my athletic wear. This is going to be tough, but I have to do something. So I came in and I met with Frank, and I told him how I've had failures in the past. You know, I've had a Peloton, and it became, you know, like a clothing rack, and I joined gyms and then was just paying the monthly fee and not really going. And what he took from that was, one, he understood how important it was for me to get healthy. But secondly, he listened to what I needed. And what I needed was a trainer who wasn't going to try to train me like I'm a 30-something-year-old. I needed somebody who understood everything about the process, about, you know, postmenopausal woman who's, you know, I had 50 pounds of extra weight, and also just the mental, you know, unfit state that I was in. And he immediately said, I've got somebody for you, Forrest. And I was like, okay, I'm gonna give this a shot, you know. I mean, hopefully he really listened to me. And so I just, on a leap of faith, immediately signed up and set up my initial session.
Fantastic.
And I was off and running from there.
Kudos to you for having the courage to do that. You know, it takes a lot of courage. It really does. So.
It was hard, and it was embarrassing. I'm not gonna lie. You know, you get weighed, you get measured, you get photos taken, but I just knew I had to go all in.
Yeah, excellent.
Yeah.
And so you jumped in, you went all in, you dove into the swimming pool, so to speak, training 4 times a week.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
And committing to your health.
Yeah.
Right. Tell me about like the process a little bit. Just what was it like doing the training? What were some of your favorite things, or likes or dislikes? Just total honesty.
Yeah. Total honesty. I was nervous at first after getting the scan and realizing that I was, I don't know, somewhere in the 40-something% range of fat, I think it was. And just having you, Forrest, explain to me what all those numbers meant and how important the data is, and not to get so hung up on, you know, what I look like and how people will perceive me out on the floor. And so I quickly kind of got over that and thought, I'm doing this for me, not for anybody else. And I've got a partner now, like, who's really invested in my health. And I liked your whole, you know, mind, body, spirit approach to fitness. And I thought that was going to be just like the perfect way to like start our journey, my journey, but you're coming along for the ride. And I actually thought it was pretty well structured in terms of what you thought I needed to do in order to reach my goal. We set a date in terms of, you know, the sort of milestones of when I'd be down 10 pounds or 15 pounds, and how that trajectory might work in terms of slowing down a little bit, like you're going to lose a lot in the beginning and then it's going to taper off. And you really set the expectations realistically, but also I was encouraged by how much you felt not only committed, but like confident that we would make those goals without a problem. And you never doubted me in terms of showing up. There was never like any kind of like, you know, you really got to do this and you really got to be on it. It was just like, here's what you need to do, and I'm going to help you, and we're going to get this done.
I love that.
Yeah. amazing.
That sounds awesome.
Yeah.
So tell me about your results. What were the actual tangible results that you experienced? The numbers and the time frame and everything.
Yeah, so the numbers, I still kind of get a little embarrassed to say it, but I was 187 and today I'm 132. And we actually hit the target right on schedule for October. I had a milestone thing coming up. It was my 40-year high school reunion. And so we were trying to like get me into a confident state, a healthy state. And so we met that goal, and now we're in December, and I've continued to lose. And in terms of that tangible, seeing the number go down, going down like 4 sizes in jeans, having to sort of like regroup my wardrobe, and you know, it's been fun. Actually, it's been a lot of fun in terms of the tangible side of it. The intangible side for me has been confidence. I feel really much more confident than I've ever felt. And I've been this weight before, but I was a lot younger and it just was kind of like a normal state. But when you have to work for it, it's just a different, it just, like I said, that whole mind, body, spirit, it's all part of it. And I went to my reunion and I got complimented, you know, by a lot of people, and it really reinforced that I've worked really hard and that I've met my goals and that I'm continuing to work on this. And that, like I said, just kind of kept feeding into the confidence and the empowerment and encouragement that you get from that, which is what's going to keep me in this new lifestyle. It's not just okay, I've worked it off, now I can go back to what I was doing. It's a full life change.
That's incredible. Yeah. Yes, that's totally incredible, Leslie. Thank you for sharing that.
You got to start somewhere. I would also say that you do need a partner, whether it's, you know, a spouse, a friend, hiring a coach. You know, understandably, not everyone can commit to a coach or, you know, pay for a coach, and that's understandable, but you need some accountability. So whether it's, you know, getting an app where you can check in and, you know, record your progress, or you have a friend and maybe you're not even in the same city, but you guys are going to work out at the same time and, you know, FaceTime. You need something to help with your journey and encourage you and empower you to like get to those next steps. I would also say that even if you don't have somebody, I think it's really important to get the data. It's important to go to your doctor to get like a full, you know, blood panel screen, know what your cholesterol is, know what your triglycerides are, know what your C-reactive protein is, know all those things that are going to feed that information to you to help with your health journey, because ideally, beyond what you look like, it's about what's going on inside that you don't see. And this is where Forrest came along too and explained about, you know, visceral fat and like what it's doing to my organs and things that I didn't really understand. So even if you can't get to a coach, do some research, talk to a doctor. That advice is usually pretty free. You know, if you're getting a regular checkup and blood work done, ask about visceral fat, ask about the things that you can do. There's also a lot of healthcare programs that offer weight management and that kind of thing. I do think that exercise is really important, especially as you get older. You've probably heard, and this, I would be telling myself this, well, 70% of it is diet, and that is true. But when you get older and you're losing some of that muscle that you had when you were young and didn't have to do much to get it, that building the muscle support in your body is really, really critical to your health. It's changed my posture. Again, it's changed my confidence. I feel better prepared in life for anything now. I have better stability. And so that's really important, I think, to convey as the whole holistic part of it is not just, it's data, knowledge, and then just figuring out what accountability and what type of model approach you're going to take.
Perfect, Leslie. That was very inspiring. Thank you for looking into the camera.
Yeah.
To finish with back here, I'll grab your attention one last time.
Yeah.
And just ask you, so we work together, why would you recommend my services, or would you recommend them? And then if so, why? Why would it be that way?
Great question. Well, I've had personal trainers in the past, and I don't think they really listen to me. And again, they were coming in really like, hot and fast. Like, you're gonna do this, and we're gonna really get you into shape really quickly. And it's not about like how quick you can get into shape. For me, it's about doing it without getting injured, right? And previous trainers would get me to the point where the next day I couldn't even walk. And it was discouraging, and I would beat myself up about it, when reality is they weren't really the right coach for me. And so I definitely would recommend you. I'm going to continue to use you. That's never going away. As long as I have an income, I'm going to pay for your services. And I really think that you really listen, and a good coach or personal trainer listens and understands anatomy and understands the science and the data, and listens to what your goals are. And even if you don't know your goals, maybe helps you map them out, and just has a realistic time frame, so that working out is actually enjoyable. Because I really enjoy coming to the gym now, and that's what makes it doable, right? It has to be enjoyable. So yeah.
High five.
High
Amazing,
five.
Leslie. Thank you so much.